Hey team, how are you? It's a bit late in the day, lunchtime has passed. I haven't eaten, hungry, time to eat, not sure what I'm cooking. Watch this space. This is a bit of a snatch and grab again. I know I'm not supposed to talk to you from over here, but hey presto, here's where we are. The other half of my onion, I'll take that out. What else? A chunk of tomato. And maybe some garlic. Yep. Got some cheese. Right, let's see what we can come up with. So today is Friday. There's a lot happening in the world of Armageddon at the moment. A few more people's lives changed today at work, so I hope you're all doing as best as you can under the circumstances. I'm one of those people, so it's a little bit different for me next week. I'll be doing a different role, working for a different company for the first time in 15 years, which is really weird. But, you know, at this stage, it's a job, and essentially it's temporary. So while we've had to stand down when the work's run out, it's not forever. So that's what I'm up to today, just kind of getting my head around, you know, not being a flight centre kid for a short space of time. But as I say, I'm actually working in the same building because the company I'm working for is renting the top 3 floors of the flight centre building and has employed a bucket load of flight centre people. So it's going to just be like a bit of a buzz night, I reckon, on the old floor for a few months until life resumes somewhat of its normality. What am I doing here? I'm cutting up 2 cloves of garlic, half an onion and a tomato, and I'm going to chuck that in with some water and make like a bit of a soupy type pasta-y thing, I reckon. So just let me find something. I've definitely got clean things in the cupboard because I washed up this morning. Well, no, I washed up already. Sorry, breaking my own rules talking. I washed up, but I put everything away, so that's why I knew where it was. So I'm going to whack that on the stove. It's literally just like half full of water. And then I'm going to put everything I just cut up straight in. Like, it's not boiling yet, but I'm just going to put it in anyway. So I'll do that. And I hopefully got the actual little tiny pastas that I need, or else how embarrassing is this going to be? What do we got? Okay, I'll show you. Oh yeah, good. So this is called, this is stelline, this Rummo brand, or Rummo if you want to get real ethnic. It's like the best gluten-free pasta I reckon I've had. It's from Italy, so, you know, can't go wrong, you wouldn't think. You can get, you know, that Risoni that you see, you know, at the shops. A lot of people don't know what it is, don't like it. I think it got a bit sledged a couple of weeks ago when everyone was like panic buying, and Hamish and Andy were like, oh, how shit's Risoni, which is fine if you don't know what it is, but it's amazing. It's like little rice-shaped and sized pasta. So what I'm cooking now, when you're a little kid, if you're sick from school or whatever, your nonna would make for you pastina, which really means like little tiny pastas, which is exactly what this is. So this soupy thing here that I'm about to make that's essentially where it's from. Like, it's something that's easy and quick to make on the stove. When you're real little and you haven't got any like taste buds yet, or, you know, you're a bit funny with flavors, I'm looking at the wrong part of the camera, sorry. You'd get it made for you with just like cheese and butter. So that's how little kids usually eat it. And then as you get older, you know, the tomato goes in, the oregano, the garlic, so it kind of gets a bit more exciting. So I'm going to put in a bit of oregano and salt, but I'm also going to put in a little bit of a stock cube because I think that really works. And then once it's boiling, I know that there's already stuff in it. Once it's boiling, that's when I'll add these little puppies in. So it gives a set. So I like this Marcel brand stock cubes. I don't really use stock cubes that much, but when I do, I like this one. You've also got, it's gluten free. They also come in like a little like tub, sort of Pringles shaped tub, where it's just powder. So usually it's about 1 teaspoon worth of powder. It's usually one of these cubes. This is the vegetable one. You can also get the chicken one I like, but I've just got whatever's in the actual in the pantry here. So I'm just going to chuck one of these in. I'll show you what they look like. Oh gosh, I'm hungry. That's what you get for not eating until now. So that's how that little pack comes. So they're 2 little ones. So I'm just going to use one of them because otherwise it might be too salty. Because afterwards, when we've finished cooking it, we're going to add some Parmesan. And if it's too salty, like before the Parmesan, it'll be horrible after it. So that's how it looks. And I'm going to like crush it up so it goes all powdery before I put it in the water. Now, because I'm so hungry, I'm losing control of all my senses. I put in way too much oregano, so I'm going to put a bit more water in and see how we go. I'm going to put a little drizzle of oil in as well, just so it's a bit of flavour when it's cooking. I'm just struggling with the bottle here, just don't mind me. Ooh. Right, so story time. You know how I told you about that dude that was beeping me in the car the other day and it was like unacceptable? Well, sorry, unnecessary. Last night, even worse. So I'm out walking and I was on the phone to my friend, so I have my headphones in. I usually have one in and one out just so you can hear what's happening around you. So I'm walking along and I was almost home, like I was probably 300 metres from home. So I'm walking along and out of nowhere, this dude on a bicycle comes past, right? Like proper fucking hectic speeds. So he steams past me on his bike. He's got a full motorbike helmet on, and I'm thinking, is he just about to go rob a shop? Because no shops are open, so I don't know what he's going to get. But anyway, he's come screaming past, full helmet, like full sleeves of tats and like covered head to toe. He looked like a fucking, I don't know what, but he was outrageous. So he gave me a real startle because I wasn't, like normally they ding the bell if they're going to come past you, and that's normal, you just step aside, where you go. But this guy has come past, hasn't said, like warned me in any way, shape or form. I've just about jumped out of my wits. And then I look at him and he's turning around like giving me these ones as if like it was my problem. And I was like, hang on a minute, you're the one that's driving at a fucking full speed ahead pace at someone with their back to you. And it's my fault that, you know, you got too close. Anyway, so take a chill pill, world. As I said the other day, everyone's just, they're either extra nice, nods, waves, dogs, pat, love, love, love when you're out walking, or they're like cooked like this. So anyway, that's my story. I'll show you what's going on the stove. It's pretty low key, and as I said, there's way too much oregano in there, and I love oregano, so I wouldn't definitely put this much. I just put what I put the other day, but we'll have a look. So it's just kind of bobbing around for the time being. It hasn't started boiling at all yet, but you can see there's a little bit of a glisten because I put a bit of the oil. The salt, I haven't put salt, I've just put that stock cube in that I showed you. And you can see the tomato and the onion and that. So I'll just pop the lid back on, and then once it starts to boil, we'll add in the little pastinas, and then from there we'll cook that for however long it tells you to on the packet. Here we are bubbling away now. Oop. So I'm going to pour it in. According to this, I think it takes like, 7 minutes. This one here. 7 minuti, that's what that means. I'll chuck that in. I probably use like a packet of this, so this is 400 grams. I probably use like 100 grams each time I make this. Oh, there's one in there, it's annoying me. Anyway, yep, gone. So I'll let that cook now for the next 7 minutes, and then once it's done, I'll put it in a bowl and put some cheese on it. So it's a bit strange for me today, the feeling that I've got here, because as I said, I've been stood down, which a lot of people have been. I've been fortunate though, because I'd put my my name out just to be a bit proactive with this company that's leasing some space upstairs, and I managed to secure a job. So I'm really fortunate in that respect. So I've got a job to go to, but it's just that like emotion of knowing I've been with Flight Centre since I was 22, right? So, and I'm still technically with them. And obviously I'm only 23, so it's only been a year. Nah, jokes. It's been a long time. It's been my whole career, really. So it's like very weird. Like we're living in this parallel universe where travel's come to a bit of a halt, well, a screaming halt, not a bit of a halt, and we just have to work through this as a community, as a country, as as fellow travellers. So I wish you all the best, those of you that are in the same position, those of you that are in a worse off one, better off one. Like, we're all dealing with challenges relative to our own position, right? So it's strange. I've got this feeling right here, thinking I'm really grateful, but I'm also really bittersweet, I guess. So that's my thoughts for the day. I don't have any funny stories. Well, I told you that one about that weirdo with the fucking helmet on. But other than that, let's see how this pastina looks, because there's nothing that a bowl of pastina can't solve for you when you're feeling a bit off kilter. So let's see if I can get on kilter and on point with my food. Hang on. Right, so here it is, the finished product, the pastina. As you can see, I've put some cheese in. I also put in a bit of pepper, and that's how it looks. And I've also, I ended up using another half of one of those, stock cubes. So I know I froth over oregano and I talk about it a lot, but this is the only soup I use it with. And that's because the only real veggie in here is the tomato, other than the onion and the garlic. So whenever I make another soup, like a minestrone, which is full of veggies, which I'll make for another time, I'll use other ways to flavour it. So that's how it looks. I'm going to give it a taste in a second. It's probably going to burn my lips off if I have some right this minute. So I'll let it cool down for a bit, and then I'll see what we think. See how, hopefully I don't drop my phone. No, you can't really see. But on the edge, you can sort of see a little bit of the oil and a little bit of the tomato kind of gathers around. That's kind of when I know, yep, I'm pretty happy with the way that it's been seasoned, because if it was like glugs of oil everywhere, then there'd be way too much. And none at all means there's probably not enough flavour in it, but I think I've done a good job here. See what's in there? It's just so good. Just delicious, the little tiny pastinas, the tomato, the garlic, bit of everything. Good in winter time, but also just nice for a quick, easy lunch. So give me a second, we'll taste it. So just as this continues to cool down, I just want to give a shout out to the flighties out there. There's a massive Flight Centre family who are all taking things in their stride as best they can as things are thrown at them. So keep strong, keep together, keep taking care of each other. There's a lot of weirdness in the world, but at the same time, if we take from it what we can, learn from it what we can, that's how I'm going to approach this next chapter for a wee while, and just see what we can't learn, and come back with some more knowledge and information and strength to come back stronger. So good luck to everyone. Not that this is goodbye, it's just on pause for a few months until we can start flying planes again. And for lunch, as I say, which is almost dinner time now, not quite, 10 to 4, whatever you call that, I'll give this a taste, and then we'll sign off. Oh, this is dangerous, hang on. I'm scared if it's too hot, how embarrassing. Not too hot at all. Heaps of cheese, as you saw. Delicious, actually, really good, exactly what I was expecting. Yep, lovely. Not too salty, not too oily, really easy. Probably 15 minutes from start to finish. I'm not sure how long this video is going to end up though. The actual pastinas themselves, if you like it really soupy, obviously you put less pastina in, more water. But if you put more water because you want it to be real runny, you got to be sure to put more stock in, otherwise it will be bland. And if you like it real thick and chunky, then you can put more pasta in, and then the pasta will cook, and then there'll be less, broth as a relative kind of comparison. So I like it like this, and I'm going to enjoy it. This cheese is getting too much. It's so good. All right, well, have a good one. I'll catch you soon. Thanks for catching up. Ciao. Hey guys, I just sat down to my computer after cooking that and just found out that I missed trivia, so I'm heaps sorry, hey, to the 3 p.m. beers and 9 a.m. coffee group. So I hope someone cleaned up, and we'll see you soon.